some people are saying that, I think that Russell Brand is guilty as charged, but he hasn't been. I've been aware of certain rumours. There are loads of rumours about lots of different people in showbiz.
There were rumours about Savile for years and years and years.
I can't bring them here, and I can't name people. I can't even sort of hint at people because, as you will find out when I read this, Russell Brand, powerful, very wealthy and powerful. So you have a go, things might happen. And that's why I'm going to read you this story. And I have to read it because it's important. On August 18th, 2010, during a spell at another newspaper, I wrote a story revealing Russell was having relationship counselling with his then fiancée, American singer Katy Perry. Now, were you aware of that? That they were having relationship counselling before they got married? My then editor called me over saying Russell had been on the phone asking for my number. Was it okay to hand it over? At this time, the comedian was at the height of his fame and his power, dating a bona fide superstar. Hollywood had come calling, and he held the showbiz world in the palm of his charming, idiosyncratic, hairy little hands. Shamefully, perhaps part of me was flattered, and I willingly handed it over. That's her telephone number. That night, the phone rang, and it was Russell. He wanted to know who'd given me the story, a name. He pushed and pushed and pushed. He was warm, charming, and played the human card. Clemmy, I feel betrayed, he sighed. Only a handful of our inner circle know this story, and imagine how that feels. Please tell me so I can out this person, or cut this person out of our lives. Of course, he had a point. No one wants to read their innermost secrets in a national newspaper. We all crave certitude. I told him I couldn't reveal my sources and or betray my contact's trust. The next day, he texted again and again and again and again. Daily phone calls and messages followed with promises of anything I wanted in return. An exclusive joint interview with him and Katy, or news of if and when she became pregnant with their first child. To a showbiz reporter, this was oral, A-U-R-A-L, before you start making your own gags up. Oral crack. I was intoxicated. He kept me talking, an arch manipulator, and shamefully, I was flattered by his attention and false promises. Around 2 weeks later, he worked out who the source was. Soon after, I received a furious phone call from my contact, a grown man on the cusp of tears, saying his elderly parents had received a visit from one of Russell's flunkies. At this time, Russell employed a giant bodyguard. Presumably, although I have no proof, it was him or someone very much like him. The mum was home alone in North London. The minder apparently called the source and said, "Don't forget where I am. I'm stood here with your mum." He went on to tell her that her son was in a lot of trouble, as in the bodyguard or the source that gave away the information. Afterwards, the two entirely blameless pensioners were left reeling, deeply shaken, and understandably terrified. So, that journalist got a tip-off. And the tip-off was that Russell and Katy were having relationship counselling in the August. And they didn't get married till the October. So it was lively, shall we say, before they got married. And during the marriage, I'm sure. But in return, when he worked out who the source was, Russell had somebody just appear at the parents of the person that leaked the story. It's a bit dark, that. Don't you agree? I mean, it's the kind of thing that you see in gangster movies and News of the World when it was around. So, there have been rumours for years. So, this supposed trial by media of Russell Brand Is he finished? No. Is he guilty? That's for the courts to decide. But remember, if we didn't have trial by media, Savile wouldn't have been outed. Now, Savile was dead and they still outed him. It was still trial by media. Savile, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of victims. And I will tell you this, Savile raped an 8-year-old girl on BBC premises. That was covered up. I keep telling you. Odious, vile, evil man. Trial by media. What about the McCanns? Remember all the stories that go into the national newspapers about, we've been given a tip-off that there's possibly something in somewhere. And they go there and they don't find anything, obviously.